Veteran film composer Jerry Goldsmith, born November 10, 1929, in Pasadena, California, died at the age of 75 on July 21, 2004, in Westlake Village, California, succumbing to colon cancer after a distinguished career that reshaped the sound of cinema. A one-time student of Oscar-winning composer Miklós Rózsa, Goldsmith blended classical rigor with bold experimentation, first earning acclaim for his dramatic score to Lonely Are the Brave, 1962, and following with an Academy Award, nominated original composition for Lilies of the Field, 1963. His collaboration with director Franklin J. During his tenure as an in-house composer for the Columbia Broadcasting System, Goldsmith provided unforgettable themes for television classics such as Playhouse 90, Dr. Kildare, The Twilight Zone, and The Man from UNCLE, demonstrating a versatility that soon made him a go-to artisan for Hollywood's leading directors. Goldsmith's pioneering spirit thrived in genre film. His ominous, percussion-driven score for Franklin Schaffner's Planet of the Apes, 1968, remains a landmark in science fiction music, while his chilling choral motif for Richard Donner's The Omen, 1976, earned him an Academy Award for Best Original Score. In 1979 alone, he delivered two genre innovations, an eerie, avant-garde electronic palette for Ridley Scott's Alien and the stately, majestic overture for Robert Wise's Star Trek, the motion picture, each showcasing his ability to invoke otherworldly atmospheres. His later work with new Hollywood auteurs included Paul Verhoeven's Total Recall, Joe Dante's Gremlins 2, and Curtis Hanson's L.A. Confidential, even as he sustained his association with the Star Trek franchise into the 21st century. With more than 100 feature films to his credit and 6 Oscar nominations, Goldsmith's legacy endures in the imaginative textures and emotional depth of his music, which bridge the distant past and the unforeseeable future with an infectious measure of wonder and optimism. Syreeta Wright, born Rita Wright on August 3, 1946, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, emerged as one of Motown's most gifted singer-songwriters, initially joining the label as a receptionist in 1965, before quickly moving into demo singing and songwriting. Discovered by Edward Holland of Holland, Dozier, Holland, she lent her voice to background tracks for the Supremes and Martha and the Vandellas, and made her first major songwriting impact co-writing It's a Shame for the Spinners in 1969. In 1968, she met Stevie Wonder, and their partnership blossomed both personally. They married in September 1970, and professionally, producing classics such as Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours, and If You Really Love Me. After their 1972 divorce, Wonder produced her self-titled solo debut album, and she went on to release several records on Motown's Gordy and Motown labels, including the critically praised Stevie Wonder presence, Syreeta, 1974, which yielded the UK Top 20 single, Your Kiss is Sweet. In the late 1970s, Wright forged a fruitful collaboration with Billy Preston, scoring an international hit with You I'm Born Again in 1980 and 2 duet albums thereafter. She also toured as Mary Magdalene in the national production of Jesus Christ Superstar, 1993 to 1995, before retiring to Los Angeles. After a courageous battle with breast and bone cancer, Wright died on July 6, 2004, at age 57, of congestive heart failure, a complication of her chemotherapy and radiotherapy treatments, and was laid to rest at Inglewood Park Cemetery, leaving behind a rich legacy as a pioneering voice in soul and R&B. Gennady Mihailovich Strekalov, born October 26, 1940, in Minsk, Belarusian SSR, was a distinguished Soviet engineer and cosmonaut whose career spanned the Cold War's most daring era of human spaceflight. After graduating as an engineer from Bauman Moscow State Technical University, he joined OKB-1, later RSC Energia, and became involved in the development of life support and escape systems for crewed spacecraft. Selected as a cosmonaut in 1972, Strekalov flew on 5 missions: Soyuz T-3 in 1980, Soyuz T-8 in 1983, during which the crew survived a catastrophic launch pad fire and ejected via the emergency escape tower, the long-duration Salyut 7 Yo-4 expedition aboard Soyuz T-11 in 1983-84, and the Mir Yo-2 and Yo-4 missions in 1987 and 1990, respectively. Across these flights, he accumulated over 268 days in orbit, conducting pioneering experiments in materials science, medical monitoring, and docking procedures, and performing crucial maintenance and repairs on aging space station hardware. Twice honored as Hero of the Soviet Union, He became one of only 4 people ever to use an active launch escape system and played a key role in refining crew safety protocols. Following his final flight, Strekalov transitioned to management at RSC Energia, where he oversaw crew training programs and contributed to the design of the Mir 2 and International Space Station modules. He died on December 25, 2004, leaving a legacy of innovation in spacecraft safety and an enduring example of courage under the most perilous conditions of human exploration. Lincoln Kilpatrick was a prolific American film, television, and stage actor whose career spanned more than 4 decades. Born February 12, 1931 in St. Louis, Missouri, he earned a drama degree from Lincoln University before making his professional debut in the 1959 Broadway production of A Raisin in the Sun, thanks in part to encouragement from Billie Holiday. Over the 1960s and 70s, Kilpatrick became known for guest roles on series such as Medical Center, Ironside, and Police Story, as well as for his portrayal of Joe Bond, a high school history teacher, on the daytime soap Love of Life from 1968 to 1970. On the big screen, Kilpatrick appeared in groundbreaking science fiction classics like Soylent Green, 1973, and The Omega Man, 1971, and took the role of Jacques in the 1975 Western The Master Gunfighter. In 1998, he joined a cast of NYPD Blue as Darwin in the episode Honeymoon at Viagra Falls, showcasing his versatility in both drama and crime genres. A trailblazer off-screen as well. Kilpatrick co-founded the Kilpatrick Cambridge Theatre Arts School in Hollywood and was the first African-American member of the Lincoln Center Repertory Company. Married for 47 years to singer and stage performer Helena Ferguson, he and his wife raised 5 children, including actors Lincoln Jr. and Eric Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick succumbed to complications from lung cancer at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on May 18, 2004, at the age of 73, and was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills. Susan Sontag was a towering figure in 20th century letters and cultural criticism, whose prodigious output spanned essays, novels, film, theater, activism, and teaching. Born January 16, 1933, Susan Rosenblatt in New York City, she published her first major essay, Notes on Camp, in 1964, establishing her as a fresh, incisive voice on aesthetics and sensibility. Her celebrated anthology Against Interpretation, 1966, argued for a more sensual, less hermeneutic approach to art. In On Photography, 1977, she examined the medium's ethical and philosophical implications, probing its power to shape our relationship to reality. Later books, such as Illness as Metaphor, 1978, and AIDS and Its Metaphors, 1989, offered deeply humane analyses of disease, stigma, and language. Sontag's novels, The Volcano Lover, 1992, and In America, 2000, combined historical sweep with psychological nuance, while her travel memoir The Way We Live Now, 1986, and reportage pieces from Sarajevo Under Siege testified to her unwavering commitment to bearing witness in zones of conflict. A passionate advocate for human rights, she spoke out against the Vietnam War, visited guerrilla camps in El Salvador, and campaigned tirelessly against censorship and for the LGBT community. Appointed to teach at Harvard, the University of Chicago, and Columbia, she influenced generations of students with her rigorous seminars and intellectual fearlessness. Even as her essays sometimes provoked controversy for their uncompromising judgments and leftist sympathies, she was hailed by peers as one of the most influential critics of her generation. Sontag died in New York of complications from leukemia at age 71, leaving a vast legacy of inquiry into the intersections of art, politics, illness, and the image-saturated world.